Hello YouTube, it's Season 4 of Overwatch 2, another support duo tier list. I did this last time in Season 3. A bunch of things have changed, including the addition of Lifeweaver, and when you add a new support hero, it adds like a whole extra set of combinations you can potentially make. I think in math they call us factorials. I don't know, I kind of didn't do well in math when I was in school, so anyways, let's begin this tier list. I've rated these as great and flexible at the top, which means this support duo can be, very flexible in many different compositions. Good, as in it's good. Not bad. Situational, where if this support duo is played, you need like the correct situation, the correct tank, and the correct DPSs to complement it, and then it could be really good. But because this is for metal ranks, this will be reserved for stuff that's really good in Overwatch League and high level play, but kind of probably situational for everybody else. For example, off the top of my head, Brig Zen, which is played in high elo, but for metal ranks, making Brig Zen work can be kind of a nightmare, so we'll see. And suboptimal is probably stuff that's not ideal, but at the end of the day, in metal ranks, there's far more things to be concerned about than support duo synergy than playing the optimal support duo. As long as both supports are proficient at their role, you'll probably win games, and it's just fine. So I wouldn't worry too much about this list. Remember, tier lists are to help inform your decisions, but not make the decisions for you. And the duos that I rank here are more about synergistic strength rather than individual hero strength by themselves. So let's begin. Ana, Baptiste. I would say it's not bad. I think in Overwatch 1, I'd argued it was actually good because Ana and Bap kind of cannibalize each other, in which a lot of their ult charges derive from pocketing and healing the tank. And if you just have an Ana and like another support like Lucio and Zen, you can farm nano boost really fast because the other support won't build it as quick. Same with Baptiste. When you play Bap with another like less resource requiring support to build ults, you get fast windows and you win off tempo. Same with win off Ana nano boost tempo. You'll probably never see this in Overwatch League because like tempoing your first support ultimate is very important. But for metal ranks, like this is just reliable healing. You have a defensive ult and immortality field. Like it's actually just not bad for solo queue purposes in metal ranks. So I'm gonna put it here. Ana Brig, I actually think, especially with the new Brig buff, Ana Brig is really good. It was played in the Overwatch League. Brig with a new stun is a great protector for Ana, especially with all the Dooms, Balls, Divas, Winstons, Tracers, Genjis, every sort of dive hero that's running around. Brig with the new rally is a great protector. It can pack your Ana. So right now I would say this is pretty flexible. You can play Ana Brig with a lot of different compositions. Ana Kiriko, same thing. I'm gonna put this also as a great and flexible support lineup. This is probably the most popular one in high elo, and based on their synergies and their difficulty, they're not that difficult to play together, in which this is why it'll probably still do really well in the metal rank. So I'm gonna keep it up here. All right, we have our first entry of the new hero, Lifeweaver. Lifeweaver himself needs a little bit of help, but I actually think Lifeweaver is not bad in metal rank strictly because he's reliable lock-on healing. Like for example, if we're talking about individual hero strength, let's say you're a bronze Ana, your accuracy is probably not great. You're in bronze, sorry. Maybe you're like at 50% accuracy. I hit my DPS and then I miss, and then I hit and then I miss. For Lifeweaver, I just charge and I'll hit it. I charge and I'll hit 65 healing, 65 healing, versus Ana, which is 70, miss, 70, miss. So like if you 70 average it out, when you miss in between each one, you're healing 35. This is like really, really extreme. You get the point, right? With the accuracy point. This is just reliable healing. In any case, I would argue if you're going to play Lifeweaver in terms of synergistic strength, this is actually good. The pedal platform will help cure some of Ana's weaknesses in certain angles. For example, if your Ana falls off Nambani first point, you can bring her up. You can bring Ana up on Ilios Ruins on a sniper perch. So for that reason, I'm going to put these as good. At this rank. Ana Lucio. Now, I thought Ana Lucio used to be really popular in Overwatch 1 early on before all the new supports came out, and I think recently it's been coming back to life, especially in Overwatch 2 with Ramatra. I've seen Ana Lucio with Ramatra. I've seen Ana Lucio with Ryan. Usually you play Bap with it, but it's like not bad. And Ana Lucio with Winston sometimes. I'm going to put it here. Ana Mercy, it's pretty good. I think Ana Mercy is probably one of the more common support lineups in metal ranks. It's always reliable. Mercy pockets the right DPS. Ana covers the rest, pockets your tank, gives them resources. Ana Moira. I think I actually rated this like a lot lower in season 3. And then a lot of the comments were like, listen, in metal ranks, this is Moira is everywhere and is a really common pair. I see Moira plus 1 everywhere. So Moira plus Ana, I'm going to bump it up for those reasons. Moira is reliable heals. As long as she's not like going TikTok mode, you two can pocket each other, you can protect each other. And Moira got buffed where she can't get her co-lessons canceled by a lot of things because she can counter it with Fade. And if she decides to TikTok Moira and go into the backline, it's totally fine. You can send your resources to DPS and kill stuff in their backline while you as the Ana pocket the front. It can actually work. It's better than I give it credit for, and it's popular, and it's... I saw this actually being picked in my ranked games a few times. I was playing Ana Mercy, and then they were complaining to switch off Mercy, so my other support played Moira. The Moira I don't have to worry about when like the Tracers and the Genji's jumper, and then I just played Ana and I pocketed the tank and we won the game. So you know what? I'm going to put this on good. It's actually pretty good at these ranks. Ana Zen, I would say is also really good right now. I didn't like this originally in Overwatch 1 because like with 2 tanks, there's just so much output. Like Ana needs to pump into both tanks. In Overwatch 2, I guess I just had too much Overwatch 1 pre-bias that I didn't think it was good, but people have shown me that this is totally viable and ranked. You don't need as much raw healing output, which is why this can sort of work. And as long as you're cognizant of your Zen getting jumped, and you can protect him, at least in some capacity, this can really excel, especially on long range poke. Like I think Havana, first point, instead of Bap Zen, you can run Ana Zen and just shoot long range sniper, Zen poke. I'm gonna put it at good for now. Bap Brig. I can't say I've seen this that often, if at all. Baptiste is reliable. This is good for linear tanks, ground-based tanks that are like playing front to back, and against enemies that are playing front to back, like no dive or tracer that's attacking you from different angles. Like everyone's in a line. Usually Zen would be better with the poke, but like this is fine. Brig instead in this setup plays like closer to the front line and brawls a little bit more. It's not bad. I'll put it here. Bap Moira. I think if your Baptiste can go hard DPS, or either your Moira goes hard DPS, it's really good, but it's kind of a hard recognition to ask for medal ranks, but it's not bad then. If you are going to run this, just one of you got, like Baptiste should be able to DPS anyways, like without losing any healing output because he's able to have the shoot heal tempo, but not everybody knows that. Kiriko can sort of as well with her full Ofuda plus 2 kunais. If you run these, it is a lot of healing on the team that genuinely, like I think the Kiriko should actually just go take really aggressive angles and deny strong high grounds from enemies and then TP out as needed and play that kind of style while your Baptiste pockets your front line. And I think that's the best way to work, but it's a hard ask. So I'm going to put it at not bad for now because like that might not be recognized, but hey, the fact that I bring it up, maybe you guys in the medal ranks will start doing that. Synergistic Lifeweaver. I actually think I've played a Lifeweaver with all the supports so far, and I think Lifeweaver with Baptiste is not bad. Lifeweaver is a great pocket. Baptiste can get into high ground himself. He doesn't need the pedal platform, but you basically have 2 immortalities now. You have your immortality field, then the life grip to protect somebody from pulse bombs. So this, if you run this, your team should never die, or at least they won't, not never die, but it'll be really hard for the enemy to have good target focus to actually kill these guys quick enough. And if Lifeweaver gets jumped, your Baptiste, like if Lifeweaver has to platform himself from a flanker and he has to like hide, crouch down to not get shot, Baptiste can actually jump up to the platform because of his exo boots and like stay with him for a little bit. So I would say this is not bad. Bap Lucio is actually pretty good. Arguably flexible with a lot of the comps. But I mean, if you run full dive, you won't really run Baptiste with it. So it's not like super flex. It's not like full flex, but it's like a good comp. Bap Lucio, play it with Orisa, play it with Reinhardt, play it with Ramattra. You can even play it with Junker Queen, that's fine too. So yeah, it's good. Bap Mercy, not bad. Bap Moira, if you have so much main healing, primary healing, you don't want to cannibalize too much. You want to find value elsewhere. Baptiste is, again, front to back. Moira can have a secondary style, which is flanking. As long as your Bap is pretty good at upkeeping a resource-heavy tank, this could work. But maybe it's a bit more situational. It's safe though, which is something that I think I should value in medal ranks. It's very safe. Fade, immortality field, pump, lots of healing, shit never dies. We'll put it at not bad for these ranks. Bapsen, I'd say it's pretty good. If you guys don't know, Bapsen is a poke-heavy support duo. Sigma and defensive rounds if you're not running Sigma. It's probably your best bet. I mean, offensive rounds is fine too, but this excels at medium to long range. Then Yada Discords and you like Circuit Royale, Bapsen is played all the time in high elo, for example. Sometimes Junkertown as well. But yeah, this is a medium to long range poke. You run it with that, and you play Sigma because it's a front-facing shield, and he pokes at 20 meters with his explosive orbs. Although I have kind of seen Bap Zen with Ramattra. With Lucio, it's nice with Ramattra, but I've actually seen it where it's like Bap pockets a ram, and then Zen discords because Ram runs so fast. If the enemy team doesn't have a Lucio to disengage, you actually don't need a Lucio on your own team. The problem with me doing this is I keep thinking like theoretical Overwatch, like high level Overwatch stuff, where if you don't run Lucio with Junker Queen or Ryan or Ramattra, you're not like maximizing. But then this is, you have to consider, is the enemy team running Lucio? Are they even, if they are they disengaging at the right time? The reason why they won't play that in Overwatch League is because the enemy team knows that like they can't catch up without Lucio, so they use their speed to disengage and re-engage later, for example. But in theory, in practice, I mean, this is just, it's good. Brig Kiriko. I mean, Kiriko's a pretty safe support to begin with. Brig is also really safe now with the stun. I think it's okay. Good? I'd say it's not bad. She doesn't need the Brig as much as like Ana or Zen, so I'm gonna put it at not bad. Brig Lifeweaver, also not bad, because like Sombras and Tracers can actually jump the Lifeweaver really hard. Brig can pack really quickly to top him off, then he lifts himself up, and then Brig whip shot somebody. Yeah, this could work. Lifeweaver is the #1 dive target along with Zen right now because of his giant hitbox. Zen because he has no escapes and defensive tools. Lifeweaver because of his hitbox. So Brig is a decent protector, so I'd say this is not bad. Brig Lucio. I would say this is a bit more situational. I've actually kind of seen this before as a theoretical comp. In the right conditions, sure, but for the most part, I'd say situational. Let's put it there. Brig Mercy, probably situational as well. Brig Moira. I mean, things wouldn't die, but this is like really anti-flanker. Like I feel like if the enemy team is running Tracer dive with Genji and not Sombra, and you ran like Brig Moira Torbjorn, that is like, they can't do their job at all. So, I mean, it's suboptimal because it's banking on that condition. Like if maybe for that reason, we could put it in situational. You know what? Because I just explained a situation where it could work. Sure, we'll put it there. Brig Zen, high level comp, works really well with like Wrecking Ball or low resource heavy tank like Ball because he goes for health packs. Low resource DPS like Tracer because she can recall and go to health packs. Same idea. And Sombra. Like Ball, Tracer, Sombra, Brig Zen was a comp. You need like Exodia. You need everything aligned for this to work. But for your average metal rank player, if those conditions are not met, you might run into issues. So we're going to put it here. Kiriko Lifeweaver. I think if we had to pick any of the Lifeweaver stuff, Lifeweaver Ana and Lifeweaver Kiriko might be my two favorites so far. So I'm going to put them on good. Lucio Kiriko, honestly, pretty flexible as well. Like, I like this one a lot. This one works with so many comps. You'd think because Lucio, you need to speed up like Ryan, Ramattra, and Junker Queen, which also works. Kiriko, Lucio works with all three of those combinations just listed, but they also run this with Winston. You can run this with Diva because you speed in, go in. Kiriko can actually follow up and go really fast, go hard, and actually contribute meaningful DPS with kunais, Kansuzu the clump when you all go in. I would put this on great and flexible. Kiriko Mercy. Also great and flexible in metal ranks. It's not as popular right now, but Kiriko Mercy was the combo in season 1 and 2 with the Sojourn pocket. So I'm going to put this in great and flexible. I think it's great. Kiriko Moira. I think I underestimated this in the previous season 3 tier list, but I'd say this is not bad. Somebody in the comments in season 3 said this is the most common, one of the more common support duos. They work out, they complement, they never die. A great synergy is Moira coalescing in Kitsune Rush. The coalescence will tick faster, you'll heal more, and you'll deal more damage, so that's pretty cool. However, stacking 2 support ultimates, not my favorite. You can usually win with either just one. Right now, coalescence being so good and almost uncancelable as long as you fade react to anything. Kitsune Rush is also like a team-winning, fight-winning ultimate in most cases. It's actually better if Moira just sits in the Kitsune and just chucks orbs, because the cooldowns get accelerated so fast, you can like double or triple orb before the end of the Kitsune Rush. You can throw a heal orb while your team engages hard with Kitsune and then get a second heal orb, or you can just double damage orb. It's really, honestly, I listed those reasons. I actually think it's pretty good. We're going to put it up there. Kiriko Zen, I also think this is really good. Kiriko is also decently long range poke with infinite range kunai, same with Zen. And I think we have our first entry in suboptimal, which is Lifeweaver Mercy. Man, amongst all the quick play games I played, this is my least favorite combo. They're both the most defensive supports out there. Both of these, you have to wait for your team to do something. You kind of just wait there and you just counter, but like you've got no offense. You know how they say the best offense is a great defense, but you can play defense all you want, but if you've got no offense, you're the Miami Heat before the playoffs. So it's just suboptimal. Like you'll heal reliably for both heroes in metal ranks, but man, your Thorn Volley, no damage. If you're pulling out your pistol as Mercy and Battle Mercy, you get the bombastic side eye. But yeah, suboptimal. My least favorite combo by far. Lifeweaver, Moira, I would say it's a bit more situational. This Moira's got to be pretty aggressive as well. If she's a defensive healing Moira and you're a defensive healing Lifeweaver, like you don't do, your DPS isn't great. Moira's DPS is actually really good. Your Moira in this situation needs to offensively damage orb. If you're stuck heal orbing while like this guy's just sitting there pocketing like crazy, you're also gonna have like no firepower at all. And if you don't run, like if you run a very low damage tank or low damage DPSs, it's no good. So it's situational. This one's okay. Lifeweaver Zen, similar to how Lifeweaver Ana, where she can't get into strong positions, you can elevate and pedal platform Zen into safe positions. Zen is vulnerable to dive. You can save him with life grip, platform him up to a better spot. You've got support firepower here, complemented with a bit more defensive style. Sure, can work. Lucio, Lifeweaver, suboptimal. If you're gonna go all in with Lucio with your team, just play like Kiriko. You can play Bap. You can play someone who can run and pocket hard AoE heal, because this is single target. Most of the time when you run like the Lucio run in gun with your team, there used to be something called Talon dive with Lucio Moira, Lucio Bap, Lucio Kiriko, but yeah, this one, not my favorite. Mercy Lucio as well. This was like a funny unwritten rule. Don't play Lucio Mercy because they're also a bit defensive. Like, of course you can have really aggressive like DPS Reddit Lucios and they can be your offensive firepower, but we're in metal ranks. If you haven't made it work here, you're not gonna make it work out there anywhere else. So let's just keep this as suboptimal. Now Lucio Moira, pretty good. They synergize, I mentioned it earlier. You play this with any sort of, almost a lot of tanks. It's actually pretty flexible with a lot of tanks. You can play, actually, I'm gonna put this on great and flexible because you can play Lucio Moira with Winston, depending on the map, and Diva, depending on the map. Like I think teams ran this on Nepal, the one where like there's like that high ground, meaning the high ground on the left side. Is it Shrine? No, it's not Shrine. Village, on Village. And then, of course, you have the Ramatra, the Junker Queen, Orisa, any ground-based ones work. I would say this is pretty flexible. We'll put it there. Lucio Zen, this was an Overwatch 1 Season 5 composition. There's too many other like great synergies out there. This is just suboptimal. I would avoid this if possible, but I mean, it can still work. Mercy Moira, it's situational. I'd say it's like not bad actually, but it's situational. As long as this Moira is capitalizing and healing the main tank as needed and actually learning how to aggress, because Mercy's very purely defensive hero. Mercy Zen, also situational. Great. This one's actually better than the other ones I listed. Maybe I'd put it on not bad, as long as the comp is right. But by that definition, because the comp has to be right, I keep it here. Mercy Zen was played on maps like Junkertown, and similar to how it was Brig Zen earlier. Where did I mention it? Right here. Low resource tanks like Sig, Hog, Ball, right? Sigma can like cycle his cooldowns really well. Roadhog can heal himself. And then you have a Tracer, and then you have another DPS that is beneficial with Mercy. So like an Echo, a Pharah, an Ashe, a Sojourn, a Hitscan that can really benefit it. And you discord them. It's situational. It can totally work though. And finally, the last duo we have is Moira Zen. Not bad. Let's put it on not bad. Play it similar to Bap Zen and you'll be pretty good. And that's my Season 4 support duo. I couldn't explain every single duo. I tried to just give it a sentence or two or else this video will get too long, but this is for quick at-a-glance value. Remember, don't use this to inform your decisions. Don't let it make it for you, and have a good time climbing in Season 4. Peace.